Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Wednesday, June 29. There is a bearish bias coming into the market. However, it's not confirmed just yet. So if we look at the crypto index here, it's just from this low here. We could look at the bearish case as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4. And then we're moving lower here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here that we could look as wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but we could also look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here and move up from that point. So we would need to see more downside to confirm. However, on the upside, if this top here is breached, and I mean that needs to be breached from this current low here and move up, because otherwise it could also still come down here and have this as wave 1 here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave 2 here, and then also move up from that point. But it could also move up to here and then move down from that point too. So this is only valid if this here moves up from that point. Otherwise, if this market moves further down here, then you'll need to grab that and put that across the top to keep it at that point, because there'd be more going on from that point. It's a little bit confusing. But yeah, so I've been looking at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave as a top, and then we'll just keep on rolling down into new lows down here. So that's the bearish case. So an A, B, C. The bullish case is twofold. We could look at it as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then wave 1 and an ABC for wave 2 here, and then going up at that point. And then we could also look to be long at that point there. Okay, if it doesn't breach that but moves up there, then you'll need to put that out of the way here, and then we would need to look at this over here, as this would be the last chance for it over here. Would have this as an A wave here, a B wave up here, and a C wave down here. Below the what is this crypto index, below the 6,000 here, we would look at this, well, as a resistance here. We'd have to look at that as being bearish at that point. So we're still looking at the bearish and the bullish pattern. Basically, they're all the options. That's all the bullish options. There's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, or 1 here, an A and a B and a C over here for this, and then moving up from that point. Otherwise, if they're not the two bullish counts, well, then we're going to be coming down further as the ABC here, and we're going to keep edging lower here for this. So yeah, I don't think that's going to shoot straight up there, but I think we can certainly have this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down here. That can make wave C of 2, but I think in that case we'll just get a rally after that and then another move down from that. And the reason that I'm thinking that we'll get this move down through here, that we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down, is because of the tech stocks, because this move from the low here moving up here has been the same as the tech stock. So if I take a look at the NASDAQ just for a moment, and I'm using this chart because it's nice and clean, this is actually a bigger bear market count for this market. So in this one here, if I can just bring in some more data, I don't mean to scare you, but it's a count that we're working through. We've got 2 bearish counts. This is one bearish count where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for 1 and 2. And then we have down for 1 here and ABC back for 2. And then we would have down for 1 here. We've been working an ABC back for 2. So this ABC we've been working back for 2 here is the same as the crypto one. Obviously each market is different and each stock is different, and this is an index. This is the NASDAQ 100. But we counted an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm saying here is that we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then 3 here, and then we'll need to get wave 4 and then wave 5. So if we get 5 waves down from the top here, if we get 5, we may not, but if we do get 5 waves coming down from this top here, so this would be wave 4 and coming back to this wave 4 here roughly, and then wave 5. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then we're going to get an ABC, we're going to come down again. And if that's going to happen with the NASDAQ, it's highly likely that's going to happen with Bitcoin as well. Now, this particular large, humongous bearish count here is a count that's possible, but the primary count that we're tracking is that we're looking at just 5 waves down. So we would be looking for this move here coming down into this space and then moving up from there. But we have to confirm this move up from here, and so that we've got 2 bearish counts. One of them comes in 5 waves down here, and the other one comes much further down at that point. So it's something that we need to figure out, But in the meantime here, I think that this is pretty much on the cards here, and we're seeing that in stock as well. So in this case here, the first bearish count that we would have would be looking at these 5 waves here as wave 1 and 2, and then we would look at this as wave 3, 4, and 5 here. We'll talk about a bit more about that with Bitcoin. So we're looking for a low here. It's possible to have a bigger count, but we have to work through this one first. Okay. Now this move coming down through here, we can have a look at stocks that are creating this, like Tesla. So with Tesla here, we're looking at down for wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C here. So that's not 5 waves up there, ladies and gentlemen. This one here is 1 and 2 and 3. So we still need 4 and 5. Once we get 4 and 5 here, then we'll get an A, B, C, and then down again. So this is kind of what Bitcoin could follow in that sense, and we'll be moving down in that thing. It's the same for Apple's probably one of the bigger ones. So from the top here we got 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. We need the 4th and the 5th to come in, and then we need the 8th. So we still need to prove that we're going to get 5 waves down here. There's some stocks that are slightly different tops than this and so on, but you can have a look at the US stock video for that and see the banks and everything else for that. But that's what's being created at the moment. So there is a bear in the air, as the folks on the road would say, the truckies. So yeah, but that bear in the air is not confirmed yet, but it's kind of tilting that way. That's all I can say. So unless that top gets taken out really on the crypto index here, and there's lots of different crypto indexes, but they all have the same pattern to a point. But let's move along and have a look at Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin here, as I mentioned yesterday, we've got wave 1 up here, and we've been looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. Now this C wave from B to C here, we can count it down as 1 and 2, and then all the way down for the third wave here. And then the fourth wave gets a little bit tricky. Now some folks have got it here, some folks have got it here, and some folks have got it down here a little bit as a triangle pattern. I've got it, I like to have a look at I like to put all the counts on the table. I like all the ideas. I welcome all the ideas, and I put them on the table and I work through them. And that's, that keeps me grounded. The reason I put it here or sort of harped on about keeping it here is because of the S&P and the NASDAQ and all that. They've had this kind of top here. So I can understand why folks have got it here, but the folks that just do Bitcoin, they don't really look around at the rest of the world in the market. So I'm not saying that's true for everybody, but anyway, the point being here is that if I put wave 4 here, then I need another leg down here for that. So this would become 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here. If I put this over here, then there's a good case that wave 4 is going to come into this space here. Now the bullish move up here, it's not that it can't be counted as bullish. We just did that on the crypto index, but it's not, it's not the most healthiest move as a wave 1 to the upside. Well, we have seen Bitcoin before do really weird wave 1s to the upside. So we need to play it out right to the end and be diligent about it. But also what I want to say is that, look, if this is wave 5 here and we take these tops out here, well, then we're going up at that point and everything's rosy. If, however, we're coming down to here, what I also want to say is that even though we've got it as wave C here, it could also be wave 3 here, because this leg here now is longer than wave 1. So we could go into a bigger bearish situation of wave 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, going back to the 30,000 here, and then going down again from that point. Right, so coming back into this space and then going down at that point. So that's all possible at that point. We could also have this here as an A and a B and a C wave here. When this finishes here in line with the minimal count that I've got on the NASDAQ and the tech stocks, then we could come up, have all this as an A, B, C here, and then come up for an A and a B and a C up here, and then have another C wave down as well. So, you know, there's a lot to get through at this point. It's not, don't think of the, you know, don't think that, you know, we're going to go straight up and go into glory at this point, you know what I mean? So it's possible. I mean, when you're in a bear market, you know, start thinking about a bull market, you know, the old Chinese saying, the art of war. Always look for the opposite, you know. I mean, that's what markets are really, because if you're in a correction, you know, you'll be looking for the trend, you know. You manage the correction, then you're looking for the trend. If you're in a trend, you need to manage the trend and prepare for a correction, very much so. So yeah, this low down here, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but let's go into the intraday on 5k tick and just check on that. So we can have wave 5 low here. The move up here is not really displaying a powerful sort of impulse wave, but I understand that it's hard to pull yourself out of the mud and, you know, get going again. It takes a while, so I can be patient. But I have been counting it up here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this top here as wave 4, and then looking down for wave 5 here. So bringing us down sort of much further in line with the NASDAQ and the rest of them coming down. There's a pretty good case for that. However, I've been wrong before, just like you, so we need to cling to the evidence, and in evidence for us is Elliott Wave and the trading levels. So once again here, this move here can be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we could look at it as wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming down. You know, we could be pulling wave 1 all the way down here for this. There's different ways to count this to the upside. You know, maybe, you know, first of all, we could look at this as wave. First of all, we can go long above the top. That's pretty simple, nice and easy. You could probably, at this stage, if it comes down to the 20,000 and bounces back off, down to this 20,000 here and bounces off, well, then you can start building in long trades above this top here. If it comes up halfway up here and drops down here, then you have to remove this one, because then you would have to count 5 waves down here, 1, 2. Well, it's a little bit tricky because this one here is not long, and you know, this is like another wave 1 here and 2 here and 3, 4, 5. It's not like there's any equality at this stage between this one and this one. It's hard to look at this. You can't look at this as wave 3 here. So as an A and a B and a C squashed up into this and moving up and going higher, absolutely, that's fine. But let's see, like, we're not out of the woods just yet with all of this. It's hard to look at this, you know, the other way to look at this really is, as we mentioned before, is looking at wave 1 over here with an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave down here. But the C wave down here, that would have to be wave A and B here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would have to be further down here for that wave 2 to be here at the 61.8% here, and then move up from that point. So look, we're getting to where we need to get to, but we still don't have any solid answers in terms of the next direction here. And as I always say, this is the tricky thing, when you're working with a large number like the 20 here, then you would have group 1 above, 1, 2, and 3, and then below group 2 here. So that's the swing range for this number here. And if you make decisions too early in the swing range here, you're going to likely make mistakes. So I always found it's better to just chill out allow it to mature, and as it matures, and the more that it matures, then you'll start sort of making guesses that could be right, could be wrong, but as it goes further and further, then you get it right, because if it found support on top of the 23, it would need to be long, and if this area here, the 65, 72 and 80 here became the resistance, would be on the short side. But we want to be long before that top, and we want to be short before that, and we can do that. We just need to see more of the pattern ending over here. And as I said, Wednesday and Thursday will be the swing days, starting on Tuesday but getting bigger on Wednesday and Thursday. So hopefully we can pluck out a trade for late Thursday or Friday. The other way to count this, besides wave 1 here and 2 here as an A and a B and a C, is just looking at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then a smaller wave 1 here and A, B, C for wave 2 here, and then moving up. But if this drops down any lower through the 20 here, then you'll have to rule out 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. That will be ruled out, and you'll just be left with the A wave. I don't have an A wave there, but wave 1 with an A and a B and a C wave for wave 2 here. And then eventually I think this is going to disappear as well, and then you'll need to be on the short side. But we'll get there. We will, be, once we get 5 waves here, then we can just look at the ABC pattern over here for that, and then we can get you in short over this side here. So there's a few different ways to be able to look at all of that, but that's what will be over this side at that point. So we'll be confirming the move to the downside of that. We'll have that 5 waves there as confirmation, and that B wave will set that in motion. So look, we're getting closer, but we're not, we're at the edge of the forest, but we're not out of the forest. We can see the light, but we're not there yet. So that's that. And the other one is Ethereum. So Ethereum here, we can look at it firstly, we can look at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave 4 in blue here, and then making its way down here as we talked about yesterday. Or on the bullish side, we can look at it as wave 1 up here and wave 2 here. And then we can look at it as green wave 1 here, and then green wave 2 here. So this would be the A, the B, and the C wave. It can't come any lower than that box, basically. So it would need to push up from that point, and then that would be your long trade at that point, and that would all be fine. The other way to look at this, which is a bit of a long shot, is having wave 1 here, and then looking at this as the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. But I have to say, this is really humongous now, you know what I mean, to associate it with this leg here as wave 1, an A and a B and a C. Possible, but I don't think so, because even if this is going to be, we could look at that as wave 1 here, and then we could look at that as wave 2, but we can't look at that as wave 3 because it's shorter than wave 1 here. So it would have to be wave 1 of the next degree, so 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. So it's going to be pretty huge at that point. Not to say that it can't be done, and it'll be part of the flat family. It'd be an expanded flat correction. So basically it would come down to here somewhere, taking that low out and then moving off from that point. But it's really quite big in terms, like from here, from that point, all of this here in terms of amplitude is so much bigger in proportion and ratio to the wave 1 here. Not to say that it can't be correct, but it's kind of, be reluctant to tick a box on that, so to speak, you know what I mean, the balance of it. So the balance is looking bearish based on the pattern that I'm seeing here, and also based on what we can see in the US tech stock. So I will just leave it at that. That's my dog scratching in the background, Mr. Minky. So yeah, that's it really. So Bitcoiners and hodlers, prepare for another low. So we'd be looking down somewhere, down here. So we'd be basically looking for 5 waves down here, somewhere down into taking that low out here. So 800, 650, somewhere in amongst all of that, for Ethereum here. And that's it at that point. But even when we get to, if we get to here, then we have to confirm that as being a low, because we've got a bigger bearish picture in the NASDAQ that we need to get through as well, you know. So there's a long way to go. Keep your spirits up, and let's just keep our fingers crossed that this is the low at this point and we can move up from that point. I've got my main counts on the NASDAQ stocks are to have this low in place and then work up from that. But like I said, you know, I've been wrong, you know, just as many times as you have. But yeah, it's just sharing ideas, isn't it? You know, that's all. It doesn't, you know, don't have to point out that people are wrong and right and stuff. But you've got ideas, I've got ideas, and it's good to share them. So that's it at this point. Alrighty, cheers.